Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Always, and welcome back to Skybees. In the last episode, we were working on automating this guy, which we're just making currently, anyways. The machine casings for refined storage, and yeah, this took a little bit to figure out. I still need to get a piece of concrete for that, but actually, we might be doing a little bit more automation today, so don't know if we'll need to do that or not. Actually, how do I want to do this? I think if we do something like this, it'll be fine. So, I want to go ahead and automate the ultimate crafting table for a couple of things, mostly just the creative, the near infinite storage, the creative storage upgrade, and that's one of the first things I want to do today. Otherwise, we're going to be doing a bunch of questing, and eventually we will get around to upgrading all the beehives to apiaries and starting to, do the whole building thing. I'm not very good at the building thing, so that's obvious. That's something, I don't like the way that windmill looks. I want to put a lot of work into the windmill because I want the windmill there. I think it'll be cool looking if we can get it to be right, but that has been a little bit of a struggle. So, we are going to do pretty much the same thing as before. In terms, those are ender chests. Why do ender chests look exactly like the normal chest? That is not something that should be a thing. In case you can't tell, it's Christmas tomorrow when I'm recording this, and when this is going to be going up, because it's going to go up later today. It is going to be Christmas tomorrow, so everything is holidays themed. But that's fine. So a couple things we want to do as well. We need advanced processor. Okay. We are going to take those out, and we're going to put these somewhere else for right now. There we go. Just so I don't use them. But, yeah, we're going to need a chest. We're going to need a crafter, which we should be able to make pretty easily. We're also going to need an advanced processor for something else that we'll get to in a second. Not advanced, what? The yellow processor. Improved. So, do we have the crafter? Not yet. We're going to do a lot of questing today, but there is a couple things I want to automate before we get to that point. One is the ultimate crafting table, obviously. This should not be too terrible to kind of do like the recipe with. And we're going to want a bunch of these, which is the only reason I'm going to automate this one, is because we need a ton of them for the more lucrative thing, the ultimate, the creative vending upgrade, which lets us take as many items out of a drawer as we want. It is basically free items, and that's what we're going to use. So I believe these two go like that, and the rest of those can go in there. So we have the crafter, we do, and we have the improved processor, we do. So then we can have that thing, and we're going to need some cables, and I'll talk about what I just made in a second. I don't think we've made too many external storages before, but basically what they are is free. They let us kind of have whatever sort of storage we want. We did use one, didn't we? On this guy, the drawer controller. You've seen them before. I believe there is an external storage on the back of this. Yeah. So basically what they do is it's external storage. It is another storage system that we can connect to the system, to the refined storage system through this this item. And what we're going to do is we're going to just hook it onto this guy, which has all the beeswax, because we need beeswax, and it would be nice to be able to do that. So it's this one right here. We just break this stone brick, skystone brick, and the external storage will go on there, and we're gonna have that have a high priority so that it doesn't fill up our inventory or anything like that with our refined storage system with all of the beeswax, and that should have connected things so that if we go in here, we should be able to look up beeswax, and we have 87,000. Cool. That's all I needed to know. And now if I, whoops, if I say, hey, make me an apiary, it's missing the beeswax blocks, but we can now teach the system how to make that. So let's go ahead and type that here. And should be pretty easy. Do we have any crafters available? We do. And then all we have to do is apiary. And we can go ahead and make a tier 2. No problems. How many nether stars do we have? We have quite a few. Alright, so what I'm going to have to start doing is making apiaries and then going around and deciding who gets it first. Reset them all up. I'm probably going to go around and take all the bees and start kind of limiting the number of bees into a single hive. So that's going to be the plan. But let's get on with automating this guy. It's going to be very similar to before. We just put a chest on top, a crafter into the chest, not like that. It faces you. And we just need to hook it up with cables. Now I will probably do that later because I messed up. It is one block too far over from where I want it. So that is fine. Let's fix that real quick. I want it to be not symmetrical, but yeah, symmetrical. I want it to be the same as that side. So we'll just do this all again. We'll put a cable there. And if I can click correctly, I can do like that, and right, this block needs to disappear so we can hook up the advanced thing, and yeah, everything will be fine. So I will finish doing this. Does it connect? It did not connect. But that's fine. I will. Oh, because these are mechanical pipes. Yeah, no wonder it didn't connect. Okay, so what I will do, I will hook that up later. And there's no big rush on getting all that stuff done. This is what I need for the storage upgrade. We're going to need 32 emerald storage upgrades, 24 diamond, 16 gold, 9 iron, and a single upgrade template. So it's not too terrible to make, but we're going to need a lot of them, and it's going to end up costing us a lot of diamonds and emeralds especially, and plenty of wood. So those are things we'll have to keep in mind. Nothing too serious about that, but we are going to have to deal with that. So with that taken care of, I guess let's go ahead and just do some questing for today, and let's start with refined storage. Why not? So first thing we're going to make is a speed upgrade, which requires a normal upgrade, which requires an improved processor. So let's get a processor. You know, we can make like 10 of those. That would be kind of cool, especially because I realize we're going to need a lot of those. We're also going to need some other stuff. There is a lot of this stuff that we're going to need. Let's just make a handful of all the processors and cores. How many cores are we going to need? So that requires advanced processor. That requires one of each core. Same with that. So we're going to need 3 of each core. That's not too terrible. We're missing string. I doubt that in general, but do we have any string in here? No, we have a lot of bones, rotten flesh, and arrows. Maybe we are missing string. String is something that's a little bit more challenging for us to get. Do we have the potential to get string from. We have to use hemp, don't we? Yeah, or wool. I don't think we have much wool because we don't have any sheep, so we got to just break all this down. So string is something that we do need to kind of be mindful of, but there's worse things that we could run out of. So there is a bunch of string, and we can always grow all of the hemp that we want and be fine with string. So cores, we're gonna need 3 of these. We should be able to make our first. We're gonna need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. So upgrades, basically that they upgrade the systems. Speed upgrades make things go faster, and things like I don't know if the crafters will work faster. They probably will, but there is a lot of things in refined storage that you can speed up. But more so, we'll want to get inscriber the planergistic upgrades. Those will be a lot more useful. So we'll go ahead and make a stack upgrade. So this will help with like the what are they called? The importers and exporters. They'll import and export stuff a little bit faster. They'll pull stacks instead of singular items. So that is something to kind of note. But we don't really have much use for those other than the quests. So the next things we're going to make is a crafting manager and a storage monitor. So we're going to need 1, 2, 2 advanced, 2 basic. Let's just go ahead and make 10 of each. If we can. We can. Perfect. And that should make things a little bit nicer. And while we're working on that, let's see, what else did I have? You know, we could go ahead and make some of these storage things. Do we know how to make any of those? No, none of them. Okay, so we're probably gonna want a crafter. In fact, I saw we're gonna want one anyway, so let's make like we can't do that yet. It's gonna make things more difficult. So we're gonna need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do like 10 machine casings. So that will get to work. And we could probably see, is it going to craft these? Or it might already have the steel plates. That is fine. But we can kind of work on whatever we need. So I think one of these is a crafting manager. Yeah, this thing is going to be super useful. Once we get some more processors in. And it's making stuff. Okay, it's just doing the other ones first for whatever reason. So the crafters do require the cores. So we might want to make these first, but that is going to require more advanced processors than I have currently. So let's just make a couple more cores. And then we can wait for all that to be done. So we're going to need recipes for all of the different things to make the storage upgrades. So we're going to need a drawer. And I think the best drawers to use are actually the half drawers. So we're going to want to make, not that one. We're going to want to make oak slabs. Let's do this first. So oak slabs, and make sure that's exact, and then we can make a drawer that is, just actually look it up, it's going to be easier. The 2x2 half drawers, those are going to be the best. This one we can get rid of. Put that back. And then what else are we going to need? We're going to need the upgrade template, iron, gold, diamond. I don't know why these are all exact, but they are. That is honestly okay. And there. Okay. So that should be good. We need to know how to make sticks or chests. Yes. We need to know how to make both. So chests are pretty easy. And I realize I'm not in the right terminal, so I can't actually just do what I want. We're going to do not exact. We're going to use oak planks. And then sticks. And we're probably going to need a lot more patterns. That is pretty cheap, to be perfectly honest. So can we make the crafting stuff now? We're going to need 3 crafters. Actually, let's hold off on the 3 crafters. Let's make the stuff that uses it. So network receiver. There's 1. Network transmitter. That is the same recipe but opposite. And network card. So all this stuff is for, I'm assuming, wireless network stuff, but I don't really care about it. It's just quests, so that's all we're gonna do. And then storage monitor, can make that. We can put that here, I guess. Not entirely sure what that's for. Okay. Do I like shift click it? Maybe if I look at cables. Okay, it tells me how many cables I have. Basically, this just shows you how many items are in your system of something without having to open up the terminal and look at it. So, kind of cool, but not something I really care too much about because we don't really have much use for it. And finally, we need the crafting manager. This is going to be a little bit more useful. We're going to take one of these guys and we're going to go ahead and put him down here. And we're going to just leave that there. So once we get both crafters, we can make this, and this guy is a lot more useful. The crafting monitor shows us what is being produced, but I think what we'll end up doing is taking all of these out and moving them over. And you'll see why in just a moment once it makes these guys any time. Did something... Oh, no. Okay. It was just delaying for whatever reason. But there is the crafting manager. And this thing is much more useful. So we're going to break that one. We're going to put that there. And you can see in here we have all of the different patterns and everything we could ever want. And it hooks up to every single one in the system. And apparently some of our stuff went... Oh no, some of it got picked up. Whoops, one of the crafters got picked up. That's okay. It will end up down here at some point. And we can rescue it. But yeah, so basically this shows us everything we can make, and we can put things in here. We can interact with the stuff from a distance. So these guys are down here, all 3 of these chests. That one will eventually be there. And yeah, super useful. So let's pop back down here. Do we have... Where is our crafter? Let's make sure it didn't, like... Not entirely sure where it might have gone. But... it kind of just disappeared. There we go. It was still back there. So then we can take this crafter, and it should be full if we put all the items into it. And we're still missing something. So let's break this guy. At least I think I'm missing something. I might not be. And if I am, it's... Oh, I know what I'm missing. Did I put it... I'm missing the pattern. Yeah, I'm missing the patterns pattern. That is not that big of a deal. But where did it get to that I can't, like, find it? Oh my gosh, I can't fly upwards. This is really strange. This is why magnets are good. And I should probably get something that is a magnet. Do I have a magnet? I don't even know if I have some sort of magnet in this. Nope. Okay. So let's just make sure one last time that it didn't fall into here. Nope. Okay. Oh, it's right there. I can see it. Okay. We'll just do that for a second. We can put the cable back and the concrete back. Everything is fine. Problem solved, crisis averted, whatever you want to say. So now we can make patterns again. And it's always good to have these in here. So one last thing we're going to do before we move on to other questing. I actually want to go ahead, now that we have all these, we're going to do something kind of clever. So down here, if we look at this recipe, this is a processing recipe. Processing recipes are kind of cool because you can do kind of interesting things with them. We're going to make this recipe without actually having to do anything. So we're going to do this. We're going to get rid of a lot of these, but we're going to need the storage upgrades. So we're going to need diamond. We're going to need gold, iron, and we're going to need the upgrade template. And we're going to, let's see, what can we do? Can we get rid of these? I haven't figured out a way to get rid of these. Oh, if I shift click. Shift clicking gets rid of them. So now what we can do is we need 32 emerald, 24 diamond. So we can click this and say 32 set, 24 set, 16 gold, 9 iron. So 16 gold, 9 iron, and 1 upgrade template, which goes in the center. We'll make this. And so that is how we're going to automatically craft those. And then all we'll have to do is put this in here, hook it up, and we should be able to just make it. So you know what? Let's actually go ahead and do that. Let's get some logistical transport pipes. And let's get some basic universal cable. And we have normal cable. I think that's all we need. So we're just going to break this guy. Do that. And then if we come back here, let's see, we're going to need normal cable up there. And then the logistical transporters. Where did that even go? I think it's on the other side. So we'll just do this. Get our configurator. And we just need to get into a position where we can see that and pull. Perfect. So that should be completely hooked up. We can get rid of this. This ring is really annoying sometimes, and I don't know why it doesn't matter if I'm wearing it or not. It always activates. But now what we can do is we could get the creative storage, and we just make one of them. We're missing 16 oak drawers. All right, so one of these, upgrade template, oak drawer 1 by 1. That is the problem, and we don't want the oak drawer 1 by 1. We want the half drawers. All right, so that should be much better, and we should be able to make one of these immediately. It's going to take a little bit of diamonds and emeralds and all that, but mostly wood. So the question is, when we get all the items in here, what happens down here? So I'm going to need to put the recipe in here, and I'm missing all the items. But if I have all the items, I can put the recipe in there and then hopefully save it quick enough to get it. So let's actually break that for a second. Let's break this for a second. That did go back. So that is everything we need. We should be able to do this. Shift left click. And then we should be able to take everything out of this, just for sake of making sure it works. Hook that up. It all goes in there. Kind of pretty the way it goes in there. And now we should have a creative storage upgrade. The first of many that we're going to need. Anytime now. Anytime. I mean, I guess we could see. Oh, it's gotta travel, right? That's not how you spell creative. There we go. We have the creative storage thing, and that is actually a quest. But now we're gonna need a lot more of those, and more so, we're going to need the worst thing: the ultimate singularities. These I've tried to come up with a way that we can maybe automate this machine. However, unless we want to make however many, let's see, let's actually get the singularity on here. So unless we want to automate what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, we could make 17 of these quantum compressors and then automate those. That might not be a terrible thing to do. And then we can we could probably make that smart, actually, now that I think about it. So maybe we will actually do that. The question is going to be where, but maybe there. No, that has industry there. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But that is something that we'll worry about another time. Now, before we go, there is a few things that I want to work on quest-wise. So mechanism, we have a lot of things in mechanism to do, but most of them is going to be making a bunch of the tier installers, which we could probably just teach the system how to make those. Let's do that. Tier installer. So basic, advanced, elite, and ultimate. And we could also automate all of these machines if we really wanted to. The question is, do we want to? And that's that is something I'm not entirely sure about yet. We're going to need another crafter. This is why I have automation, so we can just kind of make the things we need, put them down, and call it a day. But most of the stuff that we're going to need to make for the mechanism quest line is just a matter of upgrading all of the machines we already have, picking them up, getting the quest, and then putting them back down. Upgrade them again, and doing the same thing. So that is not anything too difficult. We might actually automate some of the metallurgic stuff, just because it might be useful to do so. We'll play that by ear. We'll see kind of what kind of space we have and whatnot. And then we're also gonna have to do similar things with all the pipes, including the pressurized tubes, which I'm gonna need to make those. It's steel and glass. Those are for gases. Not that big of a deal. And if we have, what kind of alloys do we have? We have a bunch of the enriched, so we should be able to make the advanced ones, no problem. And those are just going to be pretty easy quests to take care of, assuming we have all of the alloys, which we don't currently, but we can make a few. Sure, let's go ahead and do that. So 1, 2, 3, let's just turn all 12 of these. And do we have the crafter? We probably do. We do. Put that there. Put those in there. And, you know, we could automate all this stuff pretty easily. And we might actually do that. Just kind of have, if we have the line of machines, if we kind of switch how we have power running through here, we could automate those all pretty easily. So I think we will actually do that. Let's go ahead and get, let's see, tube. What do we need to upgrade? We're done with the cables, mechanical pipes, and logistical transporters. So mechanical pipes, I'm going to need another recipe worth. And that should not be too difficult. And then logistical transporters, I can make these guys upgraded. And then alloys, we have the ones that we need to upgrade everything. So that's what we're going to do real quick. There's the elite pressurized, elite mechanical, elite logistical, and then same thing, ultimate pressurized, ultimate logistical, and ultimate mechanical. So all those quests are now done. But there is a couple things that we can do that's a little bit more complex. So let's see if we can get into that. So we need an atomic disassembler. So we're going to need one of these guys over here. The digital miner is going to take 2 of them. And we'll see if we need anything else. But the atomic disassembler does require an energy tablet. And that should be everything we need except for this guy. And basically this is a super powerful pick, sword, everything. It's pretty overpowered. But I really don't have a use for it, so probably not going to use it. Never actually used it before anyways. But the other thing that we're going to make is a digital miner. And the digital miner is not particularly useful. Are we going to need any? Okay, so we're gonna need an extra one of these converted up. We are gonna need a steel block, blood magicked, and this is where our mob farm. Actually, there should be enough in here to make the steel casing. 9,000. We need 5,000. Yeah, so we can go ahead and do that. So we're going to need to make the digital miner. This should not be too difficult, all things considered, but let's see where we're at. So we're going to need 2 logistical sorters. So we're going to need 2 pistons. which I've never actually taught the system how to make. It's usually a good thing to teach early on, but it's fine. So we'll make 2 logistical sorters. We're going to need a robot. So in order to get this guy, we're going to need 2 energy tablets. And we're going to need a personal chest, which is literally what it sounds like. It is a chest that only activates for you, the player who places it. And there is the robot. We're going to need teleportation cores. So we're going to need more alloys. And let's just upgrade all of those. And let's see, what else are we going to need? We're going to need 4 of them actually upgraded. So I can go ahead and keep the other ones for now. And then, you know, what is it going to be like to make the tier installers? We're going to need 2 more basic. Can I make those while I'm kind of waiting? I can. Cool. And we need to upgrade what? Crushing and compressing. So, oh, I already have the crushing factory. Just needed to pick that one up. And compressing. So there is that. We can throw this in here and upgrade this guy. And it looks like we can make the digital miner now. So we make another one of the teleportation cores. And all we need is our steel casing, which should be done. And we just pick it up, call it a day. Cool. So that should give us the digital miner. The digital miner is not particularly useful to us because bees give us all the resources we could ever want, and the digital miner is only really useful in the mining dimension, maybe the end, and it basically lets you, well, digitally mine. It's a miner that will clear out whatever you want. If you want to specify that you only want to pick up diamond blocks, like diamond ore blocks, it will do only diamond ore blocks. It's really powerful. It's a really cool thing. Not super useful in a Skyblock. So let's go ahead and try to finish the mechanism quest line. So we're going to need advanced. We're going to need 4 advanced crafting, which we're going to need the advanced control circuits. So let's go ahead and teach the system how to make that. Let's go ahead and teach the system how to make all the control circuits, just so that it is a little bit easier. And then later on, we can always teach the system. We can always hook up the things to make the alloys, and it'll be fine. So tier installer, we're going to need 4 advanced, and we're missing the basic alloys. So it's just iron. Let's get a couple stacks of iron, and go ahead and do that. Those are just basic. So if I can just make 1 tier installer, it'd be more useful to just do that, and then we can auto split and we'll get a lot of these a lot faster. So I will tell you guys what. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. I'm going to make all of the tier installers. You guys have seen me make the elite control circuits and the ultimate control circuits. They're pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and just make them all, and then we can finish off the mechanism quest line and call the episode there. So I'll be back once I have all that ready. So that goes a lot faster, by the way, if you have speed upgrades in all these guys. I went ahead and fully maxed out the speed upgrades, and all these things work super fast. So I have all of the tier installers. Let's go ahead and pick up this guy, because that was one that we needed. And we're going to go ahead and put these away. So we also need smelting, crushing, compressing. So those are the ones that we need to fully upgrade. And we'll just go ahead and put them back once we're done. And then a similar thing, we just upgrade all 3 of these. or 4 rather. And infusing, smelting, compressing, and crushing. And then we can just upgrade all 5 of these. And I'll just get all these quests done. And then once we pick up the last one, we should hear the chapter complete gong thing. There we go. So that is everything there. Mechanism is completed, and at least for the quests. And so that is really nice. Now these things have a huge inventory. It's what, 3, 6, 9 different items they can do at once. If we need to make anything, that's a good way to do it. So with that being finished, being said, being done, everything's we're done with mechanism for now. At least the quest. So with that, we are going to go ahead and end the episode off here. Kind of the plan is I want to start looking at getting a little bit more automation. I might look into making more of these guys. I don't remember how bad these were to make. Let's look real quick. So quantum compressor. How bad? It is elite catalyst and a lot of black iron, which is annoying. But black iron slates we can automate. The question is, how bad is black iron to make? I mean, it's an alloy kiln. I could always just go put in a couple stacks of everything and call it a day. So that might be the best way to handle that. But I can teach the system how to make the plates. Oh yeah, I haven't slept in a while. Oh well. So let's go ahead and teach the system how to make the plates. And I realized I can just click that out. Perfect. And then I don't even have to go over there. I can just set right here in metal press. It can make the plates now. What else is there? Like, I could probably teach the system how to make all of this stuff. And I might actually do that. And then I can just set here and say, make me a quantum compressor. So you know what? That is exactly what I'm going to do. I will do that off camera. It's just going to be putting stuff into here, probably making a handful more crafters, and that's pretty much it. So I do need to kind of clean up the base a little bit with the power and whatnot. We can use more flux plugs and all that kind of fun stuff, and maybe, I don't know, find a better place for power generation. Not that it's too terrible. I mean, this is enough to make all the power we could ever want. I do believe. So we just kind of, I don't know, hook these like 5 blocks up together, and I can put it over here in this corner and be done with it. I will probably do that. A lot of this stuff will probably end up moving at some point, but yeah. Oh, by the way, this is the cool thing with the Wither Roses, is this is also black dye. So if we don't have enough of the B products, which is the RGB combs, these guys, we can just, you know, deal with it from there. So that is, I mean, we only have 18 of those anyways. So apparently our RGBs are not really producing. That's okay. We'll figure things out later. Not a super big deal. Yeah, all these bees are going after the same thing, and it's always bad. But yeah, I think what we're going to do next time is a little bit of automation. I'm going to clean up the base a bit, and then we'll go from there. We'll see what we can get done with anything clever to make singularities. Because that is kind of the next thing, and we'll hopefully be able to do that. So that is going to be the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!